stuck in the studio with Mr. Phenomenal. They don't know we're here. So we're going to just tape it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, indeed. We snuck into the studio. We got tired of this stuff going on around here, these shows not being shot. So what we did was, we said we're gonna have a phenomenal show today. And yes, me and director Charles, we snuck in here. Courtney doesn't know, Edmund doesn't know, this show is going on. It is a must. But first off, we're gonna start with, you gotta believe it, the I-95 Bowl. It was a phenomenal Saturday at Poly Prep, one of the best fields, phenomenal fields here in Brooklyn. You just should have seen that PP in the front of that stadium. Oh man, it was phenomenal. But what was phenomenal? Liberty Lions come up to New York. They beat up on New York teams. I'm talking about beat up on New York teams. So my hat's off to the Liberty Lions, phenomenal organization. Coach Magic and them came up here with no problem, said they don't mind coming up to New York. I guess not when they're beating up on New York teams the way they did. 3 out of 4 games they took. That was phenomenal. But what was phenomenal for New York? Brooklyn Hurricanes represents New York, beats up on Maryland to give New York its one and only win. Hats off to Coach Steve and the Brooklyn Hurricanes. Phenomenal win, guys. Not phenomenal that day, Staten Island Hurricanes. Bad weather, what happened? You dropped 2 that day. New York Warriors, even with Anthony Bailey, you dropped 1-2 that day. Not phenomenal, but that's okay because we're gonna step right over to D2. Oh man, that Super Bowl that next day, Sunday, phenomenal day. No rain, you couldn't complain. Sun was out, a little brisky, so there was no complaints about it because that's football weather. You gotta understand one thing. Phenomenal day for Anthony and those Bengals of the Bronx. Said they take it over. They said move over wild cards, move over Chargers. Why did they say that? First game, Bengals beat who? South Bronx Chargers. Oh man, phenomenal game as a Mighty Mite level. I had a ball watching that game. But one thing, Coach Edmund, not phenomenal. Had we had the real show, you would be on the bonehead section. Sure, some bonehead things you did, but that's okay. Bengals, next thing they do, they take on the wild cards, junior peewee level. Where the wild cards from? The Bronx. This is why the Bengals say they run in the Bronx. Same way I heard the Brooklyn Chiefs run Brooklyn, Bengals say they run the Bronx. They're the new powerhouse. Beat up on the wild cards, junior peewees. Oh man, what's next? They say they take a step into Brooklyn. Who do they beat up on? Junior midgets. Even without Frankie Alvarez, who went down in the second quarter, something wrong with his leg, ankle, somewhere, did not return to the game. Score, Bengals 46, Tomahawks 6. Phenomenal game for the Bengals. They had so many different weapons, it was ridiculous. Hats off to Coach Fats, Coach B. I mean, telling you one thing, yo, you guys had a phenomenal day that day as an organization. Hope to see you do the same thing for Big Apple football down in Florida. We need you to have a phenomenal day down there. Also, phenomenal Jets, number 6. What could I say? You didn't see this game, you need to call Play Pusher yourself and get a video. I'm telling you, it was phenomenal. Number 6 came, did his thing, as we all know that he's capable of doing. Score 31-13. I think he had all 31 points. He was running left, he was running right, he was running up the middle. It was a phenomenal day. But you want to know what's more phenomenal? This weekend, you'll be stepping in to the D1 Super Bowl, where the matchups in that Super Bowl are phenomenal. I'm talking about junior peewee level. This is a rival. Staten Island Hurricanes against Mount Vernon. No, Mount Vernon hasn't been here before. Staten Island, how could it be a rival? They played in another league together before. Yes, some things I'm going to let you know that you might not know. That's why I'm phenomenal. I know the statistics. They'll be meeting each other again. It's been a while, but you can believe this one's going to be a barn burner. And guess what? I'll be there. Again, you must see this matchup this weekend. Also, phenomenal matchup. Springfield Rifles. We know that organization. Always in the playoffs, always in the Super Bowls. You don't want to meet them this time of year. I feel sorry for the New York Warriors. They have to meet them this week on that Pee-wee level. Renrick on defense, Little Kev on offense. A beautiful matchup. I can't wait to see it. And then you have the Ravens against the Chiefs. The Ravens beat the Chiefs last year, and the Chiefs said that they're not going to be a bridesmaid this year. They will get the gold ball. They said they will do it this year. Coach Gus feels great about what's happening this year. He says it's going to be a phenomenal year for the Chiefs, and he's going to carry that momentum into Florida. I'm telling you right now, if you don't have anything to do this week, and I don't think you should, because there's going to be Big Apple football under the AYF umbrella. Super Bowl matchups happening this weekend. You just gotta be there, because I know one person that will be there, and that's me, Mr. Phenomenal. And you can believe one thing I know about these games, they're all gonna be, as I always like to say, phenomenal. Now we'll be sneaking back out of the studio. If you see Courtney or Edmund, you can tell them the show must go on.